Welcome everybody to New Europe Studio. Today we have a guest from Italy, Ignazio Corrao, from the Five Star Movement. He's the leader of the Five Star Movement in the European Parliament. Welcome, Mr. Corrao. We are going to talk about the Five Star Movement here in Brussels. They arrived recently and they formed a group with Mr. Farage and Mr. Corrao, which are the most important points of your program here in Brussels, here in the capital of Europe?
Okay, first of all, I have to say that I'm not a leader, but I'm just a spokesperson.
Yeah, let's
because
say,
we use this word, and I'm just the head of the Italian
delegation. Okay.
Head of the delegation for a small time, because we will change. We will have a rotation between the MEP of our group. So I am the first, and there are gonna be others after.
Okay.
So our program it's more or less the same that the one that we got into the Italian institution. So we started from the to do politics from the lower level of society, so bring the voice of citizens inside the institution. I am myself a citizen, I'm not a big politician, so I am the example. A normal person, a normal citizen can get to the institution and bring the voice of people inside an institution, and in this case is going to be the European institution, in which we will bring a different idea of Europe, because it's pretty clear that so far the process of growth of European Union, it's been always closer to the interests of big money, financing,
big lobby,
so big financing and money, banking interests, and always far from the normal people requests.
Yeah.
So this is basically what we are going to do here.
How do you see this alliance with Mr. Farage? What do you think are the things that you have in common with him?
What we have said once we start to talk with Mr. Nigel Farage was that we were not going to be in a group totally alike our group. We don't have like a five-star movement Europe. So every choice we made here to get into a group, it would have been a compromise.
Yeah.
So what we are doing now with UKIP and with the EFD group, which probably will change the name, it's going to be just a strategic alliance to count something inside the European Parliament. And surely we have in common a strong Eurosceptic vision, because we are absolutely against this vision of Europe. So this is something that probably we have in common, a strong battle against the European establishment, so a battle against the Eurocrats, if we can call them so. And this is something that we'll fight together, because of course, like if we go on with this function, with this way of working on in Europe, the people of Europe will be always more a number and always less a citizen, a person.
Yeah. Especially the multinationals are always, lobbying here in Brussels. They are quite strong.
Yeah, it's a union based on money, not based on people's rights. This is what.
And what are the things that are really different between you and the UKIP, or maybe the other movements of this group?
Okay,
because we have to also highlight.
We call this alliance a loose association or a loose company. That means that we're going to be completely free to vote and disagree in what we have in differences in our programs. Actually, like the Five Star Movement is well known as a big ecological party. We are ourselves probably the biggest ecological party in Europe. So in the environmental programs, we are quite different with the UKIP, but this is not going to be a problem because we agree that we will will carry on different instances of what is, for example, energetic policies or environmental policies. So this is not going to be a big problem because we talked about that before.
And about immigration, you are coming from Sicily, I remember, to the public, and I think for you immigration is quite a dramatic topic, especially after what was happening in Lampedusa and what's happening in Lampedusa. So what's your vision about what Europe should do and what your group can do here
This is
in Brussels?
actually really a very important topic for me that I grew up and I live in Sicily. We have we actually feel really, you know, abandoned by the European institution for a matters that actually should involve all the 28 states. So what I was always telling in my campaign was that this problem with dramatic emergency should be seen and should be faced by the 28 states together, because it's no sense to leave, you know, Sicily or leave Italy with the problem of people coming from North Africa, people escaping from tragedies, from wars, and then just, you know, leave some money for some operation on the Mediterranean Sea. This is those people come to Europe. They don't come to Sicily. Sicily is just a gate. So as they want to come to Europe, and we have like free movement in Europe of all citizens, and we should see at the immigration matter altogether. So that may be a matter of public policies for the 28 states, for the Commission actually.
You know, Italy will have the presidency soon. Do you think that Italy should be more, let's say, clear with the other members, and maybe somebody was proposing also, you know, to block the works of the European Council. As you remember, probably when Poland was entering the European Union, they were very strong in highlighting their needs, and they were sort of. Do you think that Italy should do something more than you know, speaking and waiting for the other?
Surely, Italian. We were going to have the presidency of the council, and surely the Italian members of the government and also the members of the parliament should start to really, you know, put the fist on the table. How we say in Italy?
You were doing a video.
Yeah, we were doing a video about putting a fist on the table, and so this is what I expect from my Italian colleagues and from the Italian government. Start to be more incisive in the matters that involve Italy and Italian problems, because Italian people feel really abandoned by the Italian institution and the European institution. So it's the time to start to change vision.
On Balkans, Italy has in his priority also to enlarge. The Italian presidency wants to enlarge to Albania, to Serbia. What do you think about this? Do you think that we should enlarge? Or I know the answer of Mr. Farage on this topic, but what's your idea? Do you think that we should
enlarge the union?
Yeah, to Albania, or maybe we should think a little bit, and then because there is a big debate on that.
Okay, I think that this is not basically wrong things, but the point is that we should see an enlargement in a clever way. So it's nonsense to enlarge a union when you don't have the same rights in all countries of Europe. And sure, it's been a problem when you have, like, for example, workers' rights completely different from one country to another country, especially those countries who joined Europe in the last years, because if you make like common rules for the markets, so you can make like goods travel and move in the European Union with the same rule, and you don't think about the same rules about workers, it's normal that workers who have more rights will lose their rights to make work people coming from the new country joining, because they cost less. So
Yeah.
this is something we should see in a clever way, because it's no sense to enlarge the union without thinking about common rules.
And about this topic, I can imagine that you are also in favor of the trade barriers to protect the small and medium enterprises from the. Can you talk also about this?
Yeah, this is what we can say. This is really connected with the things I was talking about before.
Yeah.
Because of course, if we don't have common rules, it's impossible to be competitive in one market. I can talk about the example of Italy, when Italy is a country which is particularly based on the small and medium enterprise. So if we have like an aggressive coming in of the multinational who produce in countries where there are no workers' rights, it's normal that Italian workers cannot have the possibility to work and to live in a decent way. So I'm not asking to not leave exporting people from other countries, but to think about common workers' rules. Because
Okay.
if you follow this way, we cannot have any chance to get back people on working. This is
Yeah. And in the European Parliament, now the groups are going to be formed. Do you see any possible collaboration with other groups in the European Parliament? Because I see that, as you said, you could work maybe with the Greens on some issues. Maybe. Do you see other groups that?
Surely we're going to have a lot of things in common with the Greens, for example, for the environmental part of our program, and we didn't go in a group with them. Well, we don't have any problems to talk and cooperate for the right things. We always say that we are post-ideological, so movement, so we don't have any problems to support right things, and they can come from one side or the other side. So we are for reasonable and good things for the people. If they come from the PPE or Social Democrats, it doesn't matter. We are here to bring back some good result for people. So no problem in cooperating for good things.
When do you think Mr. Grillo will be here in Brussels? Maybe. Do you think that he's coming a lot? He has a program of. Following closely the activity in Europe, or what is the plan?
It's possible that he can come over for a party or something to start up the group. But I don't think it's going to be here very often. He's a speaker, so he's going to stay speaking about our matters in Italy. So I hope he comes, but I don't think he will very often.
Because he was here at the European Parliament already many times, and did you have a meeting with him talking about the guidelines, talking about the program after the election?
No, we just had like one meeting after the election with the other MEP to get to know each other and to talk about the agenda, to the guideline.
And how long are you going to stay in this position of head of delegation?
We first say 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah, but we don't know if we will change it. This was like the first issue. Well, don't know.
And then there will be every 3 months.
Every 3 months we will change.
So you are going to vote inside your group?
Yes,
Who is
yes.
going?
But
It's like in Italy. It's
yeah,
like the
yeah,
same
but it's
system.
going to be like we are 17, so everyone's going to be head of delegation for this small period.
Last question. We have now the Italian presidency of the European Union. Which is the most important point that you are going to fight on during this crucial presidency where Italy has a very big exposure? Which is your first task? Here in Brussels?
Renegotiation of fiscal compact.
Okay.
Because it's a big brick on the shoulders of Italian people, that we cannot think about any developing program with this fiscal compact, 50 billions per year. It's too much for us.
With the debt,
Yeah,
the debt always going up. By the way,
we have to fight this policy of austerity. This is our first issue.
And then the 3% rule, also everything
all the things that we
is.
talked about in our program.
And the Eurobonds, I think
Still
that
are part of our program.
Mr. Grillo was.
We can try to force to obtain the Eurobond, even though like with the position we have in the European Parliament, so that is going to be, even the position in commissions, it's going to be pretty hard. But we will ask, we will work for it. If we have to be united, we have to be united, even the debts. You don't leave the poor die to make the rich richer.
Yeah.
This is a conception of union that we don't understand. If we are a union, we are a union for the good things and for bad things also.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Corrao.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, and thank you also for watching us. And don't forget to visit New Europe Studio here in Place Jourdain.